Hey everyone, I am Amanda from Mandy Lynn Plans. Welcome back to my channel for another video. Today we are going to be doing another day in the life of my planner video. I am starting to film this the evening of Monday the 28th, and the 24-hour period will be mainly for Tuesday the 29th. I wanted to go ahead and start here at my week view. I have some things to add, some things to check off, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. The first thing I want to do is check off the things that I got done today. So I did go ahead and do the email and plan for the week. I paid this off, and let's see, I made this for supper. I think that's about everything that I'm able to check off from today. I do have something to add up here. We have another play date scheduled for Friday now. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab my stencils, and I'm gonna use this lighter green color. I haven't used it yet, and so I wanna incorporate that lighter green, and I'm just gonna make sure that my fountain pen is dry before I get my stencil out on top of it. So it's gonna be most of the morning. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this, but I'm gonna make it maybe start at 9 and just go into 11:30 or so, because we will be home for lunch, and then nap time is after lunch. So, and then I'm going to put this back on and do it off center just a little bit, and then make my drop shadow, and then just kind of fill it in a little bit. Right, then I will go in and write playdate. Sorry about the lighting. I usually use natural lighting, and it's late Monday night and there's no sun. Wanted to wait to start filming until my daughter was asleep. So that, I think, is all that I need to do for my weekly so far. I did go ahead, I already added in my be grateful and things. So I think we're ready to move to the daily pages. Actually, there was one thing that I wanted to add to my monthly that I had forgotten for February. I forgot to add in my appointment whenever I got it scheduled. So I thought I would go ahead and do that with you. And it's going to be this day, the 18th, and I already have quite a bit on this day, so with it being President's Day. So what I'm going to do, I think I'm going to grab this script sticker, and I think I'm just going to move it down, and then I can put appointment in this space above. So if I offset this just a little bit, day can kind of fit in the space where school, so they can kind of overlap a little bit. And then I'm going to put this darker pink sticker here. Maybe. I actually think I'm going to move it down just a little bit more so that there's room for my appointment sticker. I grab my monthly sticker sheet, or the monthly sticker script sheet. It's in here somewhere. Here it is. I'm gonna grab another one of these appointment stickers and put it kind of up at the top here so that there's room to write underneath it, because there's 2 times. So I have a sonogram at 3, and then my normal appointment is at 3:40. So I'll just put it like that. Okay, so that is done. Now I can go ahead and flip to the dailies. So let's see. I've been using this pencil board and I really like it. So this is kind of how my dailies have been panning out so far. So you'll see last week I had Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then I didn't do any more dailies. We were trying to get new releases done for the shop, and it was one of those things, I knew what we needed to do. It almost seemed too much work to write it all down, which is weird because I'm normally not like that. Usually I love to have everything written down on paper. But for this, for some reason, I just kind of skipped over doing it in my bullet journal here. So I did go ahead, we have today's done, so we need to mark off things that we did today. And I think I did all of these. Yes, so good day, getting everything off my to-do list. And then let's go ahead and make tomorrow's list. I love making my list the night before if I can. It does not always happen, but I find I am much more productive and I feel better about my day if I already have it planned out in my planner. So I wanted to go ahead and show you these. I've done a review for these Artline sticks. I keep them in this Erin Condren mug that I got in the box, the seasonal surprise box, and it's the perfect size to fit them all. So I've really been enjoying that. And I've been using these Artline sticks to do the headers for the days. I think I'm gonna do this color. Now in the review, I but I didn't realize that at the bottom of these, like this one says SB on the very bottom for sky blue. I made a comment in the review that I wish that they had their color name marked on them somewhere, and it wasn't until I saw them all sitting upside down in my cup that I realized that they do actually have markings on them. So this is the sky blue, so I'm gonna go ahead and use this to letter in Tuesday. It took a little bit to get used to these. They are more firm, and so the thin strokes aren't quite as thin as I'm used to, but I really like the bright, vibrant colors. The ink is so pretty, and I love having all the options in all these different colors. So there's Tuesday, and I'm gonna go ahead and go in and just put January 29th here with my fountain pen. And this has Monteverde Midnight Black in it. It was the ink that my viewers chose from the Plan With Me. There we go. And then let's just go ahead and go in with our schedule and to-dos. These markers are very juicy, and they do take a long time to dry, especially on this Tumbleway River paper. So I like to make sure that they are dry before pulling out this stencil so that it doesn't smudge anything. And you may have noticed some smudges over here. This was when I was using Organic Studios Ralph Waldo Emerson with this beautiful sheen, but this ink, like the nitrogen and some other Organic Studios, basically never dries. And so if you ever touch it, I mean, this was a week ago and I touched it just tonight and it smudged a little. So be aware of that if you are wanting to try this ink. It does smudge even after it's been, you would think, dried for a while. So I'm gonna go ahead, we do have a play date tomorrow morning, so I'm gonna go ahead and put that in with one of these boxes. And I'm not sure what time we'll get there. It's just kind of once we're up and about in the morning. So I'm just gonna put play date. I'm actually gonna do that with my fountain pen. Not sure that I would be able to tell a difference since it has black in it, but I prefer writing with my fountain pen on this paper. And the reason I use the Tombow Mono drawing pen for the stencils is that fountain pens and stencils don't really go well together. So I usually like to use this for that. And those are the Beauty by Starlet stencils. Okay, and then I will go ahead and go in with my to-dos. I have several things I want to get done. Whoops, wrong pen. So I think I'm going to go ahead and do 2 columns today, or for tomorrow, because I think most of it is short stuff and I don't want it to take up too much of the page. So I'm going to go ahead and go in, maybe do 4 on each. So I'm going to line up these last 2 just to make sure that the spacing for those is all the same. And I'm going to try, I don't always do this very well, I'm going to try and line this up to where the boxes are on the same line. It's not perfect, but I usually like to try and eyeball it just to, so that it's not completely off. So it's a little more visually appealing. Okay, so those are down. Let's go ahead and go in with my to-dos. I need to wash my daughter's laundry. I need to make sure that I have orders caught up. I want to work on new scripts for the shop. I want to work on a new design for the sticker kits. At least one design, maybe two, if I have time. I will be filming everything that goes into my planner. So along with that, I need to edit and upload. Make sure I take care of the thumbnail as well. And then I need to keep up with our budgeting. We use a budget app called YNAB, You Need a Budget. And I let that get really far behind, and it took me forever to finish and get it all cut up this weekend. So I don't want to have to do that again. So I want to keep up with it every 3 or 4 days so that it doesn't get super bogged down again. So I am happy with that list for tomorrow, and now I know what I need to do for the day, and I can sleep well, and well, hopefully I will get more done if I sleep well, and everything there. So I will check back in with you tomorrow throughout the day, as everything that I do in my planner I will film for you so you can see 24 hours a day in my planner. All right, so it is Tuesday now. It's about 12:45. I just put my daughter down for a nap. We enjoyed our play date this morning, and I did her laundry. I need to go work on orders and then some things for stickers in the shop, and I did go ahead and do the YNAB as well. So I am filming, and I'm gonna be doing that throughout the day, so I'm not gonna quite mark that off just yet, but it is helpful at the beginning of nap time for me to come back and refresh my to-do list so that I don't forget what I put down on it. Nap time is usually the time that I get the most things done, so I'm gonna go ahead and go work on some of these things, and I will meet you back. I'm back. It's just about 2 o'clock. I was working on some things for the shop, and I wanted a break from staring at a computer. So I'm gonna go ahead and mark off. I got a couple new script pages done for the shop, and I did do an order. I might get more, so I'm gonna leave that unchecked. And then I haven't started designing there. I found there were a few more tweaks that I wanted to make to a couple of the kits, making the washi just a little bit longer on the Cousin monthly, and then the A6 I think making it a little bit taller. So I want to make those tweaks and figure those out before I get new designs in on those. But what I wanted to do with you is something kind of fun that I haven't done a ton in my Hobonichi. So I have my watercolors here, and I use Daniel Smith watercolors. This is just the super basic set. It has 3 yellows, 3 reds, and 2 yellows, 2 reds, and 2 blues. And this, you have a warm and a cool of each primary color, so you can make basically whatever color you want. I wanted to go this route for professional watercolors because they get very expensive very quickly, and this little set of 6 actually wasn't that bad. So I have them here on a plate, all 6 of them spread out, and then I do my mixing in the middle here. So I'll kind of show you a little bit about what that's like, and I have all my brushes. I'm not sure which one I'm going to use yet, but I'm going to tell you what I want to do. So I'm going to go back here to my weekly, and I'm going to skip this week because I don't want to watercolor on this and potentially ruin anything that's on this page. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip 2 weeks, and when I was thinking about doing this, it's like, yeah, I want to go ahead and do it a couple weeks in advance. And it just so happened to be the week of Valentine's. And so the week of Valentine's, I'm going to be using my Pretty in Pink sticker kit. This is the leftover what I had from the monthly when I planned. And so I have it here so I can try and color match. I am basically thinking I just want to do a really light pink wash over the whole thing. I've never done watercolor in my actual weekly planning before. I've done it kind of just as a creative outlook or a creative outlet, I guess, in my daily pages, but I've never incorporated it in my weekly. So I thought it would be fun. So I have a couple binder clips here that I'm going to clip my pages down. And I think I'm going to use this kind of as a pencil board here, and I'll clip it down. And then, well, then I won't be able to, let me do it here. That might work. Well, there we go. And then I will do the same on this side. I'm gonna put my pencil board underneath this over here. And I suppose I could just do one page at a time, so that I could use the pencil board each time, but this is more or less just kind of an experiment. I just kind of want to see how it turns out. So those are pretty taut there. And I have some water here, and obviously you need water for watercolor. I think I might use this brush. It is a Zen Royal and Langnickel. I don't know, I just got it at Michael's. And this is the size 14. So it's not huge. I could use this one, but this one would take more water, and I know that I don't want to use a ton of water. I just want to use just the bare minimum of what I actually need. So what I'm going to do, I think, to get the pinky is use this red here. This red is called Quinacridone Rose. So I'm going to get some water here and just kind of get a little bit of the paint. And I can already tell that it's a little too harsh, so I'm going to tone it down with some water. Like I said, I really just want this to be a super light wash. I really don't want it to be very harsh at all. I want it to just be kind of a pretty background and not get in the way of anything, just kind of add a little bit. So I think that that should match these stickers pretty well. So I'm gonna go ahead and try that. And then if it's too much, I can always add more water. So I'm just gonna kind of wash it all over the page. Now I am obviously, when I go through and sticker, I am going to cover up some of this, obviously. So I'm not too worried about, you know, not doing it over the calendars or anything. So I'm not seeing a ton of that color, and watercolor actually dries even lighter than when you put it on. So we just add a little bit more of the pigment here, kind of mix it back in, and then we'll try that and see how that looks. This is all, watercolor is all just really experimenting and trying whatever works. Okay, I think I'm liking that a little bit better. So we will go with that, and I'm not sure that I mixed up enough actually. So I'll use this up, and then hopefully I can mix the same color on the other page. And if not, that's okay too. I like doing fun, kind of different things in my planner lately. I don't know, I kind of miss, with being so busy with the shop. I love being so busy with the shop, but it does kind of put a damper on my creativity time. The time that I usually spent doing this type of thing is now spent designing stickers or filling orders. Okay, so that side is done. And you can see that it does get pretty wrinkly after it's dried. I'm hoping to be able to kind of flatten it out, maybe put some heavy books on it so it's not so crinkly. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this other side. And this is gonna look different probably on camera because I have this blue pencil board on it, so it might be coming up kind of a different color than it actually will be. There we go, kind of get these tops here. So I got into watercoloring about the same time that I got into hand lettering, and that was partly because the hand lettering class that I went to was also a watercoloring florals class, and I really enjoyed it. And I watched all kinds of YouTube videos, you know, and all of that. And I have just really missed getting into it and having more time to do it. So this year I'm gonna try and make more time for the things that I love while doing other things I love. Oh dear. Just really trying to make sure that I have time and just kind of throwing little bits and pieces here and there, you know, into planning with stickers. I can put a fun, you know, watercolor wash in the background. And this week, it's kind of just a test, and so I didn't want it to be really super bold and bright. And I think that it will go really well with this kit. So I'm gonna go ahead and let that dry, and this side actually already is starting to dry. I didn't use a ton of water. So once it's all dry, I will show you what it looks like. All right, so it is completely dry, so I'm gonna go ahead and take these off. Clearly I needed to binder clip more than the little bit that I did. I will know that for next time. So here's what it looks like. You can tell that there's just a little bit of pink there, and that's exactly what I wanted. I'm hoping that once I close this, that it will stay down, especially these corners. If not, I might have to put something heavy on top of it, but that's okay. So I have a couple weeks before I will be using that, and hopefully it will just smooth itself out. Okay, so I did want to go back here and take a look. Actually, this I'm not quite ready for yet. So let's go back to the daily. Lost my spot, there we go. Oh, and you know what I forgot to do? I guess since yesterday, had been adding a little drop shadow of the color of the day, and so I want to go ahead and do that here with Playdate as well. Now you do need to be careful with these. The marker that I'm using, I guess, isn't waterproof, and I got a little black on my orange marker, so I guess my suggestion would either be make sure that you're using a marker that won't do that, or just be really, really careful. Okie dokie, so I did not do any of the designs. I might do some of that tonight. There were some tweaks that I needed to make to the kits, and I did that, and that wasn't on the list. Actually, I might add some of the things that I did do, just so I have things to mark off. Okay, so let me add a couple of checklists here. And also, I thought that I had my designs picked. I just needed to buy them. But then I found a couple more that I really liked, and so I haven't quite decided yet for sure what designs I will be using. But I did make tweaks to the sizing of the kits. So I'm gonna mark that off, and then I also made new labels. I both added a new color scheme of labels and a new size. So those are done. I also did a couple new script stickers as well. I already had that marked off though. So the other things, like I said, I'm still working on or need to work on tonight. I'm gonna go ahead and get up my daughter from her nap, and I won't probably check in with you again until right before I go to bed. All right, so here it is now that it's completely dry. It's not quite as wrinkled. I did go ahead and close it, and I put something heavy on it. So I am pleased with how much it came out, and I think that it will even come out more over time. And I'm really loving, I'm hoping you can see some of this texture in the paint, not the paper, but just the beautiful, how you can see the brush strokes. I think it will be really pretty once we get this week all planned out. I did want to go ahead and flip back and finish some things on my weekly spread with you. I apologize for the lighting. I do not have the best lighting. It's one of the things that I would love to update. But that's one of the reasons why I usually film during nap time, is because I have natural light and it's so much better. I don't actually need this. Not quite sure I grabbed that pen. Let's use my fountain pen here. So I'm gonna go ahead and do my Be Grateful. I'm gonna say I am thankful for friends. Had a great time with one of my friends, and our kids just love playing together, so that was really fun. And tonight I made chili. So I don't have, ooh, I do actually know what we're doing tomorrow. Tomorrow we're doing sausage and peppers. So that will be good. My daughter really likes that. My husband does too. It's one of their favorites. I could take it or leave it, but I think that's pretty much all I have to put on here. Tomorrow is another full day, and we will go ahead and set up tomorrow after I mark off a couple more things from today. I haven't really got a ton of cleaning done, partly being gone so much at the beginning of the week. The front of my week is really packed with things, and I usually am able to get more housework and things done the second half of my week, so I'm not really worried that I haven't marked anything off of here. And actually, I did do laundry today, my daughter's laundry, but I didn't have it on my list. Maybe I should add it just so I can check it off. There's no box there, but that's okay. I can add a yellow box later. So I'm gonna give that just a minute to dry, and then we will flip back to the dailies. So let's see. Here is where we are. I actually just got another new order in, so I actually am gonna go ahead and mark it off. I will finish it. I've been able to keep all of my orders up to date and send them out either that night or the next morning. I did not design. Maybe I might do a little bit of that tonight. I might pick one of the designs for sure. I'm gonna go ahead and mark off filming because I will be done soon, and I have my thumbnail done. I just need to edit and upload. So let's go ahead and do tomorrow's. I'll go ahead and set that up with you. I think I'm gonna use this yellow art line stick, and it is just yellow, I guess. Just YL for yellow. I again apologize for this lighting. It is not coming across very pretty on camera here, but we're gonna go ahead and do Wednesday. Sometimes you just kind of have to do what you can whenever you want to do different kinds of videos, and I can't do a full 24-hour day in the life of my planner if I only film during nap time. So thank you guys so much for sticking around with me. I really enjoy making videos like this for you. So I'm gonna just let this dry a little bit. And this is something that you don't really see a whole lot probably in planner videos, is letting ink dry on Tomoe River paper. But it is definitely a reality. One of the beautiful, beautiful things about this paper is that it doesn't soak in, but it does just add that extra time to dry. And it is nice because I can see that this is still glossy, and so I can tell that the ink hasn't quite dried yet. So I think that's probably close enough since I'm only just using stencils. And I'm gonna follow kind of the same thing that I've been doing here on the top of the page. I really like adding the drop shadow of the color. I really think that adds a lot on this side. I might go back and do that on this side later, just to make it all match. Okay, so let's get my Tombow Mono drawing pen out, and I will go ahead and make my box for tomorrow. And it's gonna have to be longer because I have more things. I will make it as long as I can and then just fit it in. Okay, and then I like to use these tiny little flags. You can see up here what I've been doing, and I really like how that looks. So I'm gonna keep doing that. I like offsetting it so that I can put them closer together so I can fit more in. And I don't know that I'm gonna have enough room for everything. I might have to cheat a little bit. I can squeeze it in, I think. I can't read this Japanese anyway, so it would be really neat if we had somewhere these things all translated for us. I wonder if it's the same as what's in the English planners. If somebody knows if these are all the same on every day, that would be really cool. All right, so then I'm gonna just go ahead and write in what I have. So we have the lesson. I am a music teacher. I haven't talked about this for a while, so if you're new, I am a part-time music teacher, and so I do give some lessons and things. Actually, that's $9.50. And then 11, I have, whoops, that's in the wrong spot. This is 11. I think I can make it work. It's K4 and K5. They are loads of fun. I love teaching that class. And then I think I'll just lump all my other music classes together because I don't have enough space to write them all out. And then I have one more lesson at 3:30. Okay, so then I do want to go ahead and go in with the yellow again and do the drop shadows. So I'm going to be careful so I don't get the black on my yellow. Okay, and then go on all these little flags too. I really just like what it adds. Just a little bit of pop. So I'm working on new releases for this shop. I will not have new releases this Friday. The goal is to have them every other. I had them quickly after opening, simply so that I could get March out, especially if people overseas were wanting them, so that they had them in time. So we won't be releasing this Friday. We will be releasing the Friday after that. And then my goal is to do every other continuously. So let's go ahead and put some to-dos and things in. The days that I'm at school, I don't get quite as many things. Well, I get plenty done while I'm at school, but not things that I usually write down in my personal planner. So let me flip back to the weekly and kind of take a look at what we need to do. So I know that I want to make sausage and peppers. I could probably do a load of laundry, so I think that diapers are probably next. I need to get grades done, so I'll put those. And then I should have a chance to go ahead and clean the bedrooms. So I'm gonna go ahead, actually first I'm gonna say with my fountain pen, I'm gonna say to go to the post office and drop off orders, and then I'll go ahead and do orders. What did I say? Bedrooms. I should have made more boxes. I think I got distracted. Pregnant brain. I tell you what, if you guys have ever been pregnant, you know exactly what I mean. And if you haven't, you probably think it's just made up, but it is not. It is such a real thing. It is ridiculous where my brain goes. Okay. I said a little laundry. Diapers. We're doing sausage and peppers. It might seem redundant to write things in the daily and the weekly, but it really helps me doing things more than once. Repetition really helps me remember things with my pregnant brain especially. I think, oh, grades, that was the other thing. Grades. Okay, so I think that's a pretty good start at least. I will be happy if I'm able to get all that done tomorrow. Oh, I did want to write January 30th. If I can throw it in here. It's helpful for me to do that because I don't plan on the actual day. This is actually the page for March 12th. Because if you haven't watched any of my previous videos, January and February I have as collections, and I'm adding to that throughout the year. And so I started my dailies in March, and I've been doing this combined bullet journal type setup. So thank you guys. I think that's all I have for you, and you can tell that as time has gone on, I've smudged this more and more. Like I said, I love this ink, but I'm very sad at how much it smudges. So That was a bunny trail. Sorry. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know if you would like to see more of these in the future. Thank you so much. Until next time.